Hello, hello. Just all right. Folks are joining. Very nice. Just ahoy, ahoy, ahoy.
Okay, there we
Perfect.
go. It worked.
Yeah, there we, there we are. And we have a couple of people
Oh,
already, except
good.
for Bear, who I am still waiting for the next Tale of Four Gamers from. Um, Mathieu, etc. So yeah. Hi everyone. This is episode 2 of Are We Having Fun Yet with the lovely Ray.
Thank you.
Just returning the favor after getting me into this whole damn thing. And yeah, I think like we gave ourselves like one-ish topic, and we've already spoken about the same topic for like
Yeah,
half an hour. Um, yeah, just because there are no rails and there never were any rails. Um, yeah,
yeah, cool. It's
so yeah,
the theme is tropical and witch
witch,
hat,
yeah,
I
tropical
guess.
witch.
Yeah,
So
tropical witch. And
yes,
I have
and brushes.
and brooms, right? Brooms
Brushes and brooms. Well,
to go with the witch hat.
brushes as brooms as well, and brooms as brushes, as we've
Ah, yes.
discovered.
Yep.
Right. This is now. I think we said that this is my official desk broom now.
Yeah, for all the sprues. When you're done
Yes.
clipping,
Well,
just sweep them
it's
up.
yes. All right. So, how are you doing?
We're
Uh,
having fun. Yeah,
yes. Yeah.
we're
We
already having
usually do.
fun. Mhm.
Yes. 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 Okay. Yeah. Shall we at least start with giveaways?
Okay,
What's our hot take?
okay.
Or what's your hot
Giveaways,
take?
I usually support them. I personally am doing one as a thank you to the community and the followers I already have. I run into issues with giveaways when I feel as though their intention is to draw new followers in, and that they're not appreciating the people that are already there that have supported them along the way. Um,
Mhm.
and sometimes I feel like it's a cheap form of advertising.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of my very first videos that I ever like live recorded on Instagram was a rant about giveaways
Hmm.
because exactly what you described. Like most of them are not for the people that are following you, but to got yeah to garner more followers, and that's not it's A, false advertisement, and B, just like more like toxic, whatever,
Hmm.
just toxicity.
Yeah.
um and it's all this there, it's basically, yeah, this kind of chasing numbers, and like, why?
Hmm.
Right, this, yeah, I'm okay with capitalism, but I kind of hate it.
I just it shouldn't fixate on the numbers too much. I know that my giveaway is because I hit 3,000, and I think I want to change that moving forward, where it happens twice a year, regardless of the number, because my priority is just, being able to give back and support and promote people here. My first giveaway that I did was hosted with my friend Adam, Captain Karkaros, and it was to help promote his work as a graphic designer. So not just, within this hobby, but his other hobby as well. So we gave away a few of his t-shirts. The last one I did was giving away a Learn to Play Age of Sigmar set, hoping to get someone new into the hobby or someone that was just starting to delve into the hobby and help them and get them introduced to it. There were paints included. And we also did a live paint lesson on Twitch too to follow it up. Um, and so that's just, trying to help people. It's not trying to get new people in necessarily. For me, it's the connections that I've already made with people that are important to me.
Yeah, I think that, yeah, and that's what it should be, right? It should be about the folks that are already following
Mhm.
you. Everything is a brush if you're brave enough. Like, yes. Also, like, yeah, Che, your lovely stone casts are coming along because like he actually sent them to me
Oh,
for a
cool.
very nice price. So um, yeah, but giveaways, yeah, it should be about your relationship, right?
Hmm.
Um, I know that I kind of like I want to do a giveaway eventually, like whenever I hit 1,000 or whenever I hit 10 episodes of this. I think whatever happens first.
Hmm.
I have a hunch that 10 episodes will happen first. But yeah, something like that. But then it should be about like, yeah, what's the relationship? Like, what's the, yeah, yeah, I was thinking about like, not like you enter by submitting like whatever, a short text or something.
Mm. I
Um,
used
yeah.
give me a brief explanation as to
Mm-hmm.
why you want this
Mm-hmm.
starter set. Tell me your story, just in a couple sentences. Why do you want this? And that way, I was kind of able to filter out any people I didn't feel were appropriate for the giveaway. And I think that's something to keep in mind too, is that when you're doing a giveaway, you're not necessarily affiliated with a company and
Mm-hmm.
you're giving stuff away using your own money. You can kind of
Mm-hmm.
set the rules as you want. I try to be
Yeah.
very like transparent for the most part, but if I feel like someone's entry isn't appropriate, then I overlook it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's exactly that's the point. Like, yeah, that there should be a filter. And I was just thinking this like upcoming Kill Team books for
Mm-hmm.
like, well, Kill Team. That could be a really cool
Mm-hmm.
giveaway because it's basically an isolated thing, right? You can, I mean, yes, you're missing some terrain, but then like it's its own thing,
Mm-hmm.
and you could do a giveaway by honestly painting it up and do that as the giveaway. Like
Yeah, that'd be
you
cool.
paint up all the minis, and then if somebody wants to have this like thing that where you don't need much else aside from a couple of books that serve as terrain, then you already have a full game that you can play with your kids, with your partner, with
Mm-hmm.
whoever, with anyone.
Yeah,
So
I like the
yeah,
giveaways that have thought put into them,
yes.
whether it's a customized piece or it's, like you said, a game itself that someone can jump right
Mm-hmm.
into. I have a hard time with some of the giveaways where it's the latest, hottest box of whatever.
Yeah.
Um, and, you have to tag multiple people in it and post it to your story. To me, it just feels spammy. And it, I have a hard time promoting it because I don't feel that personal connection there.
Yeah. Yeah. It's I well I have a hard time as in I probably block those people if they're doing a giveaway like
Yeah.
that. Because yeah, it's not. And like I know like Matt is writing in the comments like how do you filter out the genuine giveaways? And at the end of the day, of course, we can't tell. Like maybe somebody is very happy to have reached whatever it is. Like I just sold one for 500, and sometimes for 23,000, whatever.
Yeah.
Like we can't tell what's in people's mind. Of course not. But if they're willing to play this game of share and tag to people, then I can guarantee that they and I at least don't agree on one thing. That like and that thing being that practice is toxic. Right?
Mm.
If you're willing to play the game, good on you. But we're not
It's
gonna
not for
talk.
everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, like you know, I'll still probably like your post, etc. But no,
So they're looking for a way to get followers, and
yeah,
there are definitely a lot of people chasing followers. Um, One of the ways being, just being a very good painter and drawing people in that way. I don't think that is the case for a lot of people. There are so many talented hobbyists and artists out there that don't get the traction they deserve just because they can't get seen. And that blows my mind when I find all these accounts where it's like no one sees their work. Um, Having followers is great, but getting your work seen and interacting with people is the important thing for me. And you need to have your work seen by enough people to build those connections. Does that make sense?
Yes,
Yeah.
seen by enough people, commented on by enough people, you know,
Mm-hmm.
whatever, saved by enough
Mm-hmm.
people, all the like lovely algorithm things. Yeah, and it's a weird game. Like I think like there's also like some accounts where you have absolutely like jaw-dropping painters who put it on Instagram basically as the end result uh of their work,
Mm-hmm.
and then they don't care if people are seeing them. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's an account, Jajin Father, I think a Korean account, who just like paints absolutely perfectly, but he just puts stuff online, and I don't think he even puts them into his stories. So basically, like you have to go to his account to find them. But he's absolutely amazing. But he seems to not care at all about the numbers game
Yeah.
because it's just like I paint these things, I put them online. He has like I don't know 300, 400 followers.
So would you say he's using it as like a photo album, if anything, for his
Something
own?
like that,
Yeah.
or at least he doesn't seem to engage. Like I know that like I've shared this stuff a bunch of times.
Mm-hmm.
Dylan has shared this stuff a couple of times. Like haven't had any interaction with the person,
Yeah.
absolutely just none. So which to me seems like okay, he's not on Instagram for that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, that's true.
and yeah, which is I think a very healthy approach.
Yeah, Instagram can be not always the healthiest place. I feel like it
Yeah.
can be very beneficial at points, but other times it causes us to be very hard on ourselves.
Mm. Yeah, and uh, like CDS. Nauticona, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Nauticona is doing like brilliant work.
Yeah,
To
great for the
put
community.
yes,
And
yeah,
I know
it's
that there are a lot of pages out there
yeah,
similar to Naughty Corner in the sense that they're promoting
mm,
people's work. But what I love about Naughty Corner, which should be the standard, is that they're not looking for people to pay them to promote their work. And that is something
yes,
that I've seen a few times, and I really do not like that.
yeah, and also then those accounts don't have like very impressive amounts of followers,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like if those accounts are the DM for a reshare, and then those people have like 5,000 followers, then I can fucking hell
Yeah,
ask Barahos with 20 plus thousand, like, and I know the guy, so what the fuck,
yeah, yeah.
right? It's yeah, and this also like we also kind of touched upon this in a kind of pre-talk, like this pay to win what,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
right? Because yeah,
there, there, there are a couple things you can get out of Instagram. Um, that being, what I feel like we're looking for, which is those connections and that positive feedback that you get from people that you're comfortable with, the
yeah,
friends and acquaintances that you establish over time here. So there's that interaction, the human connection, and then the alternatives being monetary gain and chasing numbers. And with those, especially the chasing numbers, it's like, what's the end game? When will you be happy with the number of followers that you have? It just seems like a vicious cycle that doesn't end.
yeah, yeah. That's yeah. I mean, like, okay, we all want to. Okay, Jan, thanks for dropping by. Catch you later. But that's also one of those great examples of somebody just dropping in
Mhm.
because he knows us we get along.
Yeah.
Like, Yeah,
Sorry, we
just
didn't
being
have
a
any
friend.
cats for you today, Jehan.
Yeah.
I don't think I have any nearby.
Yeah, oh, fuck, I was at a occasional, well, I work as a
Mhm.
trainer, and we had a youth exchange, like a small workshop. And I spent like the best evening of the last activity just having the local cat next to me, and just sitting outside in the complete darkness with a cat that was partially friendly, let's put it this way. But it was the best thing ever.
So the cat was being a cat.
The cat was being a cat,
Yeah.
and I was increasingly being cold. Um, yeah, yeah, no, fuck, paid to win. Yeah, it's like we all want to be famous, right? We all want to be loved and recognized and all of those things. Um, and like especially like during the pandemic, and people who don't live with their family or don't live with their partner, don't have a partner, etc. Oh, ha! One of my old mates has just joined. Okay, Niels, hi.
Don't mind
Um,
us in our
who,
tropical
who's who's never
getup.
on who's never on Instagram? He just isn't. But yeah, all right. Okay. No, we all are looking for connections. We are looking for friendships. We're all looking for those. But those things aren't like quantifiable.
Mm.
Like those things are, um, yeah. So and yeah, I think that there's, I mean, I don't know how many studies there are, but like there's like whatever 20 close friends that you can be in regular contact with,
Yeah.
and that includes your blood relatives, or your whatever chosen family, etc. So like you don't have that much uh, bandwidth anyone.
Hmm. Yeah, I think it was like I heard somewhere it was 60 people or so that you could actually give a shit about.
Hmm.
Otherwise, you don't have the capacity to. Um,
Yeah,
so to be genuine and actually supportive, you can't have that many people in your group. It's too much.
yeah, and also like you don't have that much time. Like everybody's day, as far as I know, on this planet only has 24 hours,
Hmm.
right? So like how much time can you, like how many like bots can you be friends with, that that you check in the morning and in the evening?
Yeah.
Like, and
I
then those people also have to be in the right time
right.
zone.
I read something a while ago saying that you can only devote your time to three of, I think it was five categories, that being family, friends, work, fitness, hobby, sleep, and one other one. So there were seven, but essentially you can only
Yeah.
focus and prioritize a few of those to make them,
Hmm.
to put the appropriate amount of effort into maintaining it, I suppose. So you
Yeah.
sacrifice sleep to exercise, or exercise for
Hmm.
work, or whatever. But there's not enough time.
Yeah. And this again, like then like yeah, invest in the people that you want to invest in rather than chase numbers, and unless you want to make it your job.
Yeah.
But but then it's also then this is not investing in friends, but then this is investing in work.
Hmm.
And then no matter what your main job is, then that's going to count as more work.
Yeah. And I have a hard time seeing how this community on Instagram could be very profitable just because it's a small community to begin with.
Yeah.
If you think of the big accounts here, there's what, 60 to 100,000 followers, which is
Yeah.
relatively small compared to if you look at influencers in other areas, fitness,
Yeah.
health, diet, all that. They have
Hmm.
millions, and they're able to turn it
Yeah.
into a career because they just have so many followers and they get so much traction.
Yeah. And I mean, even the most like influencers like are not much like are, I don't know, at 20 to 30,000,
Hmm.
like the most insane ones. Um, so that's yeah, yeah, compared to any kind of, more widespread celebrity, has 10 to 100 times that at least.
Yeah.
So and even on YouTube, which has more reach, like then what have you, like Squidma has 500,000, and Warhammer Official has a bit more than that, like
Yeah.
600,000. That's not much. Like we're
No.
the niche of a niche of a niche.
Hmm. Yeah, and those are names that we all recognize. So they're big
Yeah,
names to us, but to
yeah,
everyone else, they have no idea.
yeah. Which is fine, which
Hmm.
is absolutely fine, but it's not a
Right.
career. And like I had fun like when we had or like we had a local hobby shop here which was independent, which was lovely, so that we didn't have to go to the GW store. Um, but like every time like I was paying something, I was getting something there. Like I always refused to take the bill because but like I'm gonna throw it away anyway because I don't need it for taxes because it ain't my job. Um, and like it was pretty much a joke, but it's never going to be a job because there's just not enough jobs in that thing. And
Hmm.
Bob Naismith is joining. That's high honors. That Bob Naismith, one of the original designers of Space Marines from a long time ago, and still doing amazing stuff. Yeah, very interesting. Sorry, I just keep seeing names pop up.
Yeah.
What the hell are you doing here?
And
But
here
you're
we
welcome.
are.
Yes, yeah, which is cool.
Yeah, we're having fun.
Which is Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt, well,
No,
myself
no, you're
or
good.
anyone else. But yeah, pay to win, what for? But also,
Hmm.
um, just because you got me into this format by having me on the first time,
Hmm.
what got you into like this talk format? What caused you? Because like this, yeah, because you're doing
Yeah,
so many of
yeah,
them. Like I thought I
it's
was caught up, and then you had done three more in the meantime. So
yeah, yeah. I was talking to Dylan the other day about it, Bushammer, and
yeah,
he was like, "Well, you've done like what, 10 already in this batch?" And I was like, I don't even know. I went back and I checked, and I had done 13, and I have a couple more scheduled for this week. And I'm like, I don't know how I'm
yeah.
doing this sometimes. Um, but the story behind it is one of my friends that I've known on Instagram for probably since around the time I started posting on Instagram for the hobby community,
Mhm.
reached out to me and said that he wanted to put together a group of people that would talk about the hobby. Um, he put a reel out there asking people why they post on Instagram. And one of the major responses that he received was to get their work seen, to be able to have those connections with people, to get feedback. And so he came up with the idea of the feedback loop because it was difficult, it is still difficult to get your work seen on Instagram. So he came up with this group, the feedback loop, to do interviews, talking to people. Initially, I was going to be more on the promoting it side, sharing stories and helping find people um, for the long format interviews, which would have been roughly an hour or so. And it came to mind, an hour interview can be very overwhelming. I have bad social anxiety sometimes. And when someone says to me, "Oh, you're going to go live and talk to someone for an hour," that's very overwhelming. So I had it in my head, why don't we do short interviews, 5 to 10 minutes long? And that way we can get more people seen, get more work out there. We'll just focus on one mini and go from there. And people just seem to really enjoy doing them, to have a few moments to talk about their work and to share it with people. It's kind of cool when someone approaches you and says, "Hey, do you want to do an interview?" Um, so it's neat that I'm able to give that to people and to give them a platform just to talk. and be passionate.
Yeah, and I think like that's also like I love your format and I love your interview style. It's like just yeah, very natural, very nice. But it is kind of an interview,
Yeah.
right? Which is really cool. But yeah, I mean, surprisingly, people like talking about stuff that they've created, which is yeah, and I think people, yeah, many people enjoy that. What I can't hear you right now. Okay,
Great with you. I apologize.
okay, sorry. Yeah, now I can hear you again. Oh, okay, all right, cool. Yes, it's just us now. How are you guys doing? Um, cool. All right. Have a great day. I think that we'll be back with Ray in a minute. Yeah, emergencies be emergencies. Thanks, Matt. You'll be on here before long. Um, yeah. Okay. Then let's see. Yeah. How are you folks doing? Um, yeah. I mean, just maybe if you, in case you didn't uh, hear, like the theme was beach witch, or like tropical witch, hence the Hawaii shirt, and the broom is the brush is gonna be the brush. Uh, yeah, it's the most colorful thing I think that I will ever own, but it's yeah, it's quite fantastic. And this is like the hat is just a cheap like Halloween hat, but I've had it for I don't know 10 years or so, and it kind of works, even if it's made out of cardboard. Yeah, this is, I mean, this brush, like I can demonstrate it, like this does not like work as a brush anymore. Right? This is like these straws are broken. And this is how it started, right? So these simple brushes, I think they're made of straw or something, but they're not made for painting, apparently. But they cost like 20 cents a piece. So, and apparently now they are iconic, which I'll take. Yeah. And I eventually I also have these a bit stronger brushes. I need to find a use for them and to properly trash them. But this is yeah 25 millimeters. Yeah, and yeah, it does look like a broom. Okay, right. Uh, yeah, in general, yeah, do check out all of Ray's interviews. They're absolutely fantastic. I honestly haven't seen the longer versions, at least not in a while, but yeah. And with Ray's giveaway coming up, I'm honestly not sure if she's posted it yet, but um, yeah, she's it's a good one, and I think yeah, talking about these giveaways, there's so many great giveaways, and I think there's so many great ways to do a good giveaway that isn't well harmful to the community, that isn't following toxic growth paradigm. So yeah. Um, Painted Moose. Hello, everyone. We're yeah, briefly waiting for Ray's return. Something came up. We'll see. Yeah. Anyway, any questions, comments, etc.? Okay. Let's see. Let's see. No, I don't want to end my live video. Oh, okay. And Ray is back, hopefully. So, there we go.
Hello.
Hello.
Sorry about that. My sincerest apologies. I actually have to jump off. That was the school calling to let me know that my son is not doing too well. He's okay. He's just sick right now, so I have to go pick him up.
Yeah, no worries. That comes with the territory. Yep. But thanks for coming on. And yeah, also again, thank you for having me on
of course.
on the short circuit, which
it's always fun.
Caused all this. Which so whatever comes out of this, it's all your fault.
Well, you do such a great job with them, and I'm really excited to see more because you just bring such a fun energy. I loved watching your interview with Dylan. I thought that was a blast, and I can't wait to see which ones you have lined up next.
Yeah, I haven't lined up anyone, but I have a long list of people, at least in my head, that I want to talk to. I think Dylan was a very easy one because he and I are in a constant conversation, and that translated, and also the two of us are regularly talking. So to translate that into a fun conversation is quite comfortable. But this is also just some space to hang out and be people.
Yeah, and you've got a fun chat too, so that is awesome. And again, sorry I have to cut it short. We'll have to reschedule either you on the feedback loop, or I'll pop back in.
I'm always game. You know that.
Sounds good. All right, thank you so much, and thank you for everyone that joined the chat. It was great.
Thanks for everyone. And okay, ciao. Okay, I know that we ended. I still don't know when the next talk will be up. I don't know with whom. It shall be announced in time. Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you everyone who jumped in for a bit and said hi. We'll talk to you in many different formats. Have a good one. Oh, hold on.